And he looked at Wan-Bissaka and like, go there! And then Wan-Bissaka, okay. That's common sense. If you're attacking, your wing back, your right back should be overlapping. Make an overlapping run to give him an option.
It's what the player does automatically on FIFA.
Yes! Yes!
What's up YouTube? Welcome back to our channel where we try to predict the results of the English Premier League every week. Always chasing that perfect 10 out of 10.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like what we're doing, please turn on your notifications now. Let's go.
Alright, this game week is spread out over 2 weekends. So, man.
That's almost as bad as an international break.
Yeah. So life is tough when you're a football addict, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get stuck in.
Let's go.
First game, Everton versus Crystal Palace. Last week's comeback king, Everton, was down 2-0 at Watford before Mina scored 2 inside the box in the same minute, just before half-time. Delph got 2 yellows leading to his red in the second half before Walcott scored the winner in the 90th minute.
Yes.
The scenes.
The scenes.
The Eagles got butchered by the Blades at home, 0-1. Where Gaita caught the ball from a corner and carried it over the line. That was
he dived in.
Diving in, yeah. It was weird.
That's unfortunate.
A critical mistake resulting in the loss. Palace had most of the possession in the game but still couldn't equalise. Ancelotti's side showing great spirit, and Richarlison's return along with Calvert-Lewin, Keane and now even Walcott on the scoring sheet makes a scary front line. 2-0 I'd say. Everton is still favoured by most, even with negative half to 1 goal handicap.
Okay. I'm also saying an Everton win here. With the transfer window being closed now, did you hear the rumour that Everton turned down £80 million bid from Barcelona for Richarlison?
No.
Yes, they turned down 80 million. Few sources came up with that. I don't know how legitimate it is, but it was an interesting one because it's believable.
Really? That's a lot. It's a lot for Everton.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's
for
a lot
Everton to say no to 80 million is something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot in that sense. But for Richarlison, I could see him being worth that.
Yeah. I mean, because 80 million isn't all that much now in the world of football anymore. When you got like Fred and stuff going like 50.
Yeah. If I was to spend 80 on Richarlison or 50 on Fred, 80 on Richarlison is very justifiable.
Yeah. So I say Palace, they're going through a bit of a rough patch it seems to me. And I also wonder, just keeping with the transfer trend, how much longer do you think Zaha is going to stick around? He's not getting any younger. He's clearly the star of the team.
Yeah.
He can make things happen. We've spoken about it in the past. He could fit into an Arsenal team, or maybe not now, but before Pepe and stuff.
Yeah.
He could have fit in that team. He totally fit in a United team, Chelsea. But anyway, saying an Everton win here.
Everton win. Yeah. Next one is Brighton and HoveAlbion versus Watford. Just shy of Everton's comeback, Brighton also did a splendid job in their 3-3 draw against the Hammers. They were 3-1 down early in the second half, but pulled it back by the 79th minute. Having 65% possession away is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Our draw prediction was spot on. Watford stuffed up their 2-0 lead and lost. Deeney and De La Feu assisted the 2 goals. Needless to say, Nigel Pearson looked a bit crossed at the end of that game.
But he always looks crossed.
The key battle is between Brighton's defense and Watford's offense for this one. Both teams haven't been winning lately, but I could see a Brighton win being more likely. 2-1 I'm thinking, but Watford is the more favoured team even with the plus half a goal handicap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah.
Favourites away.
With the handicap, half a goal.
I'm very tempted to call a draw in this game here.
Could possibly be.
But given like both teams have found a bit of form, I don't think that either one of them would settle for a draw in this game. I feel this game is going to be, as you said, offense versus defense. Watford clearly have the superior offense. Brighton, defensively, sure, they're stronger. But I feel Brighton as well. It seems counterintuitive because we're saying Watford has a better attack as opposed to Brighton's defense. Just maybe it's a gut feeling or something, but I feel a Brighton win.
Sheffield vs Bournemouth. The Blades grinded another away win. It looks like this team is here to stay for now, although their goal wasn't recorded as they're doing. To me, they are still the most efficient team in terms of possession percentage and result. Again, winning with just less than 40% possession. Bournemouth, on the other hand, beat Villa 2-1 at home, only conceding one after Lerma's red card after his second yellow. Philip Billing was the man of the match with a goal, and Ake also got a follow-up goal from a rebound. Chris Wilder plays a solid 3-5-2 offense, 5-3-2 defense formation, and Bournemouth 4-3-3 without their best 11 due to Lerma's red and injuries should see a win for Sheffield. Hence the negative half a goal to 1 goal handicap for the Blades. However, I'd be careful because Sheffield don't get that many goals, so I'm calling it 2-1.
I'm in agreement here with Rod. Sheffield win. Just, again, more of a gut feeling, but just something tells me Bournemouth's season is about to take a turn for the worse. If you look at it, like you said, Lerma is out now, and again with the whole transfer trend, Joshua King was heavily linked with a move back to United. Didn't happen. I wonder what kind of message that sends to him as a player, to the team. I feel there's going to be some unrest there. So I'm going to stick with a Sheffield win here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, next one is Man City versus West Ham United. I had a headache and didn't watch the Spurs versus City game, but it seemed quite eventful from the highlights. Gundogan missed a penalty. Zinchenko got a red in the second half after 2 yellows, but that wasn't the worst. Sterling's yellow should have been a red.
How could it not be?
Yeah, like I couldn't see a difference between that and Aubameyang's red, resulting in a 3-game ban for basically the exact same thing. The Citizens had over 2/3 of the possession but still couldn't get one in the net. Aguero hitting the side post in the 27th minute and missed a close strike late in the first half as well. The Hammers, on the other hand, drew 3-3 at home against a resilient Brighton team. Snodgrass got a brace and man of the match. Their late defense wasn't the best and points were lost due to it. Man City should be able to get a W back after their dramatic loss. Zinchenko's red should mean Mendy will be back in the lineup. The reverse fixture way back from August was 0-5. Hence the negative 2.5 3-goal handicap on Man City. Yes. Yes. 3-0 does sound about right.
Now I'm going to go a slight step further and not just say a City win. Say a big City win.
Really?
I do think it's going to be a big City win. I think in my notes I've said Mourinho is now piling the pressure onto Pep. After that game. Yeah. I think Pep at home against a West Ham team who they've already broken down before, they're going to know they can do it again. I think they want to make a statement, and I think this might be the game where it happens. Wouldn't be surprised to see another 5.
Alright, next one is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Leicester. The Wolves got a point at Old Trafford from their 0-0 result. I only watched the first half and fell asleep because it was so boring.
Don't blame you.
Traore got a knock on his shoulder and wasn't at his best afterwards. They played with only 1/3 of possession but managed similar shot attempts and shots on target as United. So our Wolves win prediction wasn't bad, I guess. Leicester, on the other hand, shared the points with Chelsea also at the start of the weekend, where Vardy and Perez both missed a few close shots. Disappointing. They should have won even if Rudiger's brace was a surprise. Both teams play with decent energy and their recent forms are comparable at the moment, which explains their flat handicap. I could see it going either way as their attacks are equally dangerous. If Traore is affected by that knock, then maybe Leicester might edge it. Otherwise, 2-2.
You're putting that much faith into Traore?
Yes.
I am in full agreement with Roger. I'm thinking exactly a 2-2 draw as well. I'm really excited for this game. This is a kind of game, I think we've called games similar like this, and they've always been exciting when these two kinds of teams play against each other. Going to be some great attacking football on display. Not too much to decide between the two. I don't have as much confidence as maybe I used to in Traore. I just feel he's a one-trick pony. It's a good trick. He's fast. Like he's really fast. Yeah. But there's ways to diffuse that situation. You could dislocate his shoulder, like what the boys did. I'm thinking a draw here. I feel Leicester. Well, it sounds stupid saying it, but I mean it's because it's probably obvious. But Leicester have more quality in their team.
Overall, yes. I agree.
And I think they would probably be favourites, but Wolves, top 6 killers, playing at home, anything possible, so that's my reasoning for a draw.
I think Wolves players have better individual quality, but Wolves as a team works just as well.
The only analogy that's coming to my head is like Wolves players seem to have more potential to go like Super Saiyan. Leicester is individually, as I said, they're higher, but Wolves, they can't turn it up a bit more, but on average they're below. I think like Ruben Neves, you know, he can just hit a worldly, and you know it takes him a while. Traore with his pace.
And I feel Wolves do it as a team when they're lifted.
Yes.
Whereas Leicester, they might have one or two guys trying harder than the others at times.
Yes.
I think that's the difference in football. You know, if you want to win, it's a team sport.
That's a good. So a draw in that game.
A draw.
But a good one. Interesting.
It'd be a good game to watch. The next one is Southampton versus Burnley. Southampton got annihilated 4-0 at Anfield. Although my draw prediction was way off, they were 0-0 at halftime, to be fair.
I don't think your draw prediction was that far off.
Yeah.
The result isn't a fair
it doesn't do it justice. Yeah. Southampton actually had a few good chances before that, and they could have been up by halftime.
Should have.
Should have been, yeah. They couldn't keep up the same energy after halftime and couldn't handle Liverpool's counters and constant pressure at Anfield, hence the 4-0. Burnley drew 0-0 at home against the Gunners, as we predicted, but they should have won it, I think. I don't know how they managed to miss so many open headers, and Rodriguez's strike hit the crossbar and then the goal line before it was cleared.
He was basically under the crossbar.
It was.
It was way harder to miss.
It was crazy. I think both teams have a similar level of energy at the moment. Burnley has had some decent results lately in the EPL, beating Leicester 2-1 and then Man United 0-2 away, and could have even beaten Arsenal 2-0 in my opinion. Southampton not as steady, but still decent. I can't really justify the negative half a goal to 1 goal handicap for Southampton. I think it'd be a Burnley win or a draw at best.
I'm agreeing with Roger. I say a Burnley win as well, but my reasoning for it is just form-based, not performance-based, form-based. Because the performances by Southampton have been valiant. They've tried.
Yeah.
They came up against a Liverpool team.
And they played an FA Cup game at White Hart Lane.
Okay.
Only lost 3-2.
Yeah.
It was a really late winner.
Okay.
By Son. So decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
So not performance, form.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning for saying a Burnley tight away win here for Burnley.
Alright, next one. Norwich versus Liverpool. Norwich held on to a goalless draw at Newcastle, which isn't as bad as you think, as Newcastle have beaten Chelsea and Man United there.
But what is that really? Beating Chelsea and United now?
It's not an easy place to win at Newcastle. They even had slightly more ball possession, and Krul got the man of the match with his 6 saves. Liverpool beat the Saints 4-0, Firmino assisting 3 of the 4. Salah scored a brace, and Ox and Henderson also scored a goal each. How many goals do you think Liverpool will win by, Trev?
Honestly, 2.
2?
Yeah, not going to be a huge score.
Yeah, I agree. Liverpool has a negative 1.5 goal handicap, but I feel it will only be like a 1-2 or 0-1. I think it will be
only
like
giving 1 goal.
Yep, 1 goal. Liverpool seem to always switch it on big in the away games against tougher opponents or traditional Big 6 teams. But when they face the other teams, they slightly take it a bit easier, and they even have like a few swaps.
Yeah.
In the first team.
Yeah.
They always try to like just run the clock down as soon as they're in the lead.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. The energy just drops.
But the factor of the matter is Liverpool win,
yeah. Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur. Villa lost 2-1 at Bournemouth, where Samatta got a goal on his club debut after the Cherries were down to 10 men. Too little, too late. Spurs beat City 2-0, and Prev was definitely right in saying the off-field scenes would be just as entertaining as the match itself.
I'm assuming you saw that part.
Mourinho, that was
beautiful.
That was peak Mourinho.
He deserved like an award.
Yeah, it's just so Mourinho.
Like the way his facial expression, like he put his water bottle up.
that was funny. Bergwijn got a stunning chest control volley on his debut.
As well.
Yeah.
A lot of debut goals.
Yeah, that was a stunner.
And what, he's a left back, right?
Yeah. No, he's a wing.
Is he a wing?
Oh, okay. He's a winger.
But I was surprised when he hit it, how much power he got into it.
Yeah,
it didn't look like he could generate that much power.
Yeah, no, he
like
sort of looked half off balance.
Yeah.
And it was like a twisting, backwards 45-degree sort of kick, and it was like...
That's probably one of those where like 9 out of 10 times you sky it.
Yeah.
But he hit the sweet spot.
That was so good. So yeah, that was a statement. Lloris's return saved the day and saved a penalty, plus denied Sterling's follow-up.
Just in my mind, I just see Mourinho slamming his water bottle and just running.
It's still Mourinho. But yeah, Lloris did a good job. Spurs looked reinvigorated, hence the -1 to 1 goal handicap, which I think is about right. Villa might get a goal.
Yeah, I'm hoping Grealish gets a goal. But so you're saying what, like a 2-1-ish?
Yeah. But with Lloris's form, maybe a 0-2.
Lloris is the embodiment of Spurs. In that, if I go to my notes, I say I'm confident with Spurs winning. But this is the kind of game that they usually mess up. The kind of game where we expect them to win and they just don't pitch up. Lloris is very much the same. He'll go on this long streak of like really good games and stuff, and then he'll be the goalkeeper to jump into the goal with the ball.
Well, he just got back, so he's here to like prove his place.
I don't know. I feel a Spurs win, of course. There's something in me saying this is the kind of game that Spurs will always mess up. Could be a draw here. But I'm sticking with a Spurs win.
Yeah, Spurs.
Also, I'm giving them 1 goal. And now I say it'll be like Lucas Moura, Son get a goal, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe Bergman again.
And hopefully Grealish can get a goal.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Otherwise, he's out for Snodgrass.
Yeah, alright. Arsenal versus Newcastle. The Gunners were so flat. It was a boring game to watch, and they were the lesser team at Burnley by far. Martinelli in right wing doesn't really work. Pepe should have been there. Martinelli should be Alba's alternative in striker position, and Lacazette should be tried as a cam, I think, to give Ozil some more motivation to keep his place. Both the new centre-back signings, Mari and Suarez, yet to make an appearance. But anyway, Newcastle drew 0-0 at home against Norwich. A bit surprising, but again, Newcastle don't really lose at home still applies. Saint Maximin had the most shots as expected, 5, but couldn't score any. He did score the FA Cup winner. Lascelles has also returned to injury, and he's like an Ake to me. So perhaps they can defend better for the rest of the season. I think if Arteta picks the right team, this should be a W. The Gunners have like a -1.5 goal handicap, and I think it's achievable, like a 2-0, but he has to pick the right team, otherwise I could see another draw.
But you're saying if he does pick the right team, for Arsenal win?
Yep.
I'm saying Arsenal win as well. Newcastle had a game midweek in which St. Maximin scored the winner, as we said. I am looking forward to see him just running at that Arsenal defense.
Yeah.
I want to see
He'll
him
cause some trouble.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Last one, Chelsea versus Manchester United. Chelsea, or Rudiger rather, overperformed at Leicester. Luckily, Leicester wasn't on their A game, and so they shared the points. Mount getting both assists. Abraham had 0 shots. Hudson-Odoi had 1 off target. Pedro had 1 on target. So it's not looking great for the front line there. Man United played an uneventful goalless draw at home against Wolves. It was so hypnotic that I couldn't stay up for the second half.
I don't blame you.
Yep, it was terrible.
And it was a 1:30 in the morning kickoff.
The reverse fixture was 4-0 at the very start of the season.
First game.
Yes. Do you think it will be anything even close to that?
When you say close to that, you mean just score-wise or like to which team?
Whatever.
Well, no. no, in every sense. I think Chelsea are going to win this game.
I agree. I think it will be a low-scoring game, though. Probably like a 1-0 or 2-1, maybe.
If we score, it's going to be Fernandes or
Ighalo.
Yeah, Ighalo. My brother.
bringing new energy or chemistry to the team.
Which is a new option, a new style. Someone who may be a target man. Hold up the ball, maybe attack the ball in the box, perhaps.
So Chelsea has a -0.5 to 1 goal handicap, which sounds about right.
I don't know why. I'm just feeling if Ighalo does not do what we're hoping him to do, I can't see us scoring a goal
At all.
No. Oh, maybe Fernandes.
He did take the most shots.
Well, he was
last game.
Well, he was the only one who took shots. That's the problem. Yeah, he was the only one who showed any kind of intent. I think if someone had never seen Man United play before, and that was the first game they ever watched, it would be really obvious that Fernandes was new to this team. The thing I was happiest most, there was one point where he got the ball on the right side, just kind of outside the box. And he held the ball, and no one was moving. And he looked at Wan-Bissaka and he's like, go there! And to do that on your debut takes courage. You know, there's some leadership qualities in him. Yeah. And then Wan-Bissaka, okay.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but like...
Even Wan-Bissaka's new-ish.
Yeah, but like, That's common sense. If you're attacking, your wing back, your right back should be overlapping. Make an overlapping run to give him an option. But Wan-Bissaka is standing beside him, just like looking.
It's what the player does automatically on FIFA.
Yes. It's like, why do you need someone to like tell you that? But I was really happy to see him getting angry and telling him like, do something, like make a move, because we need that. We need someone to like shake up these young dudes and like, I mean, he's young himself. I don't know. I think Fernandes or Ighalo are going to be the only ones who can possibly break things down. Other than that, man, we need Rashford, Pogba, McSauce.
I think you need a new coach, to be honest.
I wanted to bring this point up when we were talking about Everton and say, look at the difference a quality manager can make, like Ancelotti, what he's done to Everton. I think the type of manager that we need is like, in particular, I'm looking for someone with a more vicious streak in them. Diego Simeone. Like that kind of dude.
Yeah.
You know?
I could see a change happen if he was your manager.
Yeah. But I think a Chelsea win.
Alright, so that's it.
Yep.
Fantasy.
Yes.
I'll take the W.
Again,
And,
you're catching up. You're 80 points behind me.
I can see myself creeping back.
Yeah, I can see it. I've been feeling that for a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe it.
It's not over.
So yeah, I made more than the one change last week.
Alright.
As well.
You picked a good captain.
Yes, Salah did the job. I'm actually second guessing De Bruyne now. So
for me, De Bruyne is not the dude you second guess.
And also, I'm trying to build up the team for the empty game week on week 28.
2 weeks time.
Yeah, 2 weeks time. There are two fixtures that have been cancelled. Man City versus Arsenal, and also Sheffield and Villa. Probably Lundstrom might have to go. I'll have to see if he starts this week because he hasn't started in the last 2 weeks.
He played 1 minute last time, didn't he?
Yeah, or
I think it was
20 minutes or something like that.
20.
But yeah, if he doesn't start, then I need to take him out.
Yeah.
So here's my team.
Alright, so me, I'm worried. Roger is catching me, and I felt like, I think I felt this before Roger believed it. Like, I've been saying it for a few weeks. I think it's far from over. Like, Roger definitely has the superior team. So, I need to look at my team now and make some changes. I'm thinking the ones who I probably need to change are Lundstrom, potentially, Traore, if he's injured. And I don't think he does enough anyway, so I'm thinking about taking him out. And Tomori. I need to take out Tomori to have more options, especially for that game week when Sheffield aren't playing. Because Tomori isn't really like starting much anymore. Like as much as he was before.
Time to use your wild card, I think.
It could be. I have been waiting for the transfer window to close to even consider using it. So now the transfer window's done, so I'm kind of free to use it.
Ighalo and Fernandes.
Fernandes is not a bad shout. In fact, I should check how much he is. But from a United standpoint, we desperately need Rashford, Pogba, and McSauce. I don't know if I want to take a chance on Snodgrass, but I just might. We'll see how it goes. This will be my team for this week.
Alright, so that's it for this week. Catch you next time. Happy game week.